Because, that is how some people cope and deal with tragedies and losses and cataclysmic disasters such as the September 11th attacks. Do you think it's a good idea, yes or no, to try to forget about it?
You'll never forget about it.
You'll never forget.
I'm like her. I mean, it happened. You're not ever going to forget about it. But at the same time, like, to move forward, you don't think about it. You know what I mean? You just keep it in the back of your mind. That way you can do what you got to do. And then when it comes up again or something else happens, of course, you know what had happened then. But you still try to forget, not forget, but forget.
Jonathan Spriggs and Diamond Lucas, coming from Hurricane Katrina, that was something that was up close and personal for you. The city of New Orleans was destroyed in an instant. And even cities like New York and Pentagon and New York and Washington, D.C., and even the area of Pennsylvania where the other plane was supposed to hit one of the buildings in D.C. It never made it there. It fell down. It went down in there in Pennsylvania. All those cities were destroyed mentally. They had mentally destroyed. Although it wasn't of the physical nature or the physical sense that New Orleans was for Hurricane Katrina, they were mentally destroyed. Do you all feel mentally destroyed having seen 9/11 play out on television and going through Hurricane Katrina?
I do. I feel mentally destroyed because I feel like they reacted very fast to 9/11. Just like he said, even the April tornadoes, they reacted very fast. They recovered. I mean, they did everything in their power. But for Katrina, no. I feel like the nation didn't do what they were supposed to do. It took them forever to work with us. When 9/11 hit, they was there on the instant. The April tornadoes, they was there on the instant. They had things up and running the next day. And this was a tornado, and this was fire. This is water. I mean, it took them forever to try to do something. They had people stranded down there. I mean, the president, he rode over New Orleans. He didn't even try to stop. Obama wasn't even the president at the time. He went to New Orleans. So I feel like, no, they didn't try to do nothing to help us, how people was down there stranded. I mean, it was horrible looking at it on TV. And I hated to see that. I didn't want to see that. I hated to see our people like that. Like, when you look at stuff like that, the only thing I was saying to myself was, where is all my family? Like, is everybody safe? Because around that time, all your phone was tapped. You couldn't get in touch with nobody. Like, you didn't know where nobody was at. And it was just, like, horrible. So I feel they didn't react like they were supposed to, opposed to 9/11 and the April tornadoes.
Has there been a sense of anger? And a huge emotion of anger since September 11th?
Yeah.
For all of you? Yes.
Yeah, I mean I'm mad because when I go to the airport, I'm wondering what every person's doing. I can't when I go to the airport, it's like I have my plan B ready. Like, I think about what's gonna happen. I got, like, my passport, I got my license, I got my cash, my extra stuff, my visa, like, I'm worried about what's in his bottle, what's in her purse, why is that not 3 ounces? And that makes me mad because
you have to think like that.
When I'm on a plane, I'm like, okay, is that turbulence? Or
is something happening?
And, like, it makes me upset because when I travel, I don't enjoy, like, a certain amount of time. And I know it didn't used to be like that. I mean, I can't remember that far back. I'm sure my husband can. He's 30. Where you just get on the plane. But for me, it was never just getting on a plane. It was, open your book bag, open this, open that, and this isn't 3 ounces. It upsets me because I can't not enjoy my vacation for that part of the time. And, like, Brittany, I've traveled overseas and you're on that plane and you're just like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Why are we not there yet?
what is taking so long.
Why are we not there yet?
Yeah. It is 52 minutes past the hour here on 91.9 FM, WLJS, Jacksonville. I've had the chance to hear from all of you, and so have our hundreds of listeners across the United States and abroad. Have all had the chance to hear you and hear what you had to say. We've heard your fears, we've heard your worries, we've heard your trepidations, and we've heard your anger. And when we come back, I'm going to ask each and every one of you how to heal from the September 11th attacks. How to heal. That is what I would like for you to share with our listening audience when we return. It is now 53 minutes past the hour. You're listening to the Late Night with Ed Moore III Season 3 premiere, a tribute to 9/11, and we'll be right back.
This keeps me going on those days when I feel like giving up. Fire.
I believe the storm will soon be over. I believe the rain will go away. I believe that I can make it through it. Oh, I believe it's already done.
I want you to already see yourself out of the storm. The clouds will move. It's time for you to smile again. Come on, Sean. I believe my family will get better. I believe God will provide. I believe the promise that He made. Oh, I believe. Oh, it's already done. The blessing is yours. God's already pre-approved you for it. Come on, Zacardi. I believe that my God is a healer. Yes, He is. And I believe that I will survive. Oh, I believe that God is able. Oh, I believe. I know it is already done. The word tells us that if any two of us shall agree on anything on earth, that God will do it for us in heaven. And I know sometimes life has a way of knocking you down to the point where you can't even pray for yourself. But today I want to agree with you that it's getting ready to get better. And right now we are giving your problems an expiration date. And we're saying it's over. That you've been crying long enough. That you've been worried long enough. That you've been struggling long enough. And I believe that God's going to do it for you. I believe God's going to do it. Yes, He will. I believe. Oh, it's going to get better for you. I believe God's going to do it. He's going to do it. Yes, He will. I know He will. I believe. Yeah. Do you believe? Fire, take it up. I believe God's gonna fix it. Yes, He will. I believe it's gonna get better. Ooh, it will. Oh, I believe if nobody wants to help you, God will fix it. God will fix it. Yes, He will. If you just believe, oh, it's got to get better. time, it's gonna get better. To the single parents, go in the room and grab your children. Put your arms around them and let them know it's gonna get better. If you trust in him, hang on in there. God told me to tell you it's gonna get better. God's gonna do it. You can't handle it. You gotta give it to Jesus. Oh, won't he work it out? Yes, if you believe it, say that. I believe. Your money's gonna get better. Things are gonna work out for you good. Tell somebody. Oh, you gotta believe. That cancer will bow down. Your child will get saved. Encourage somebody now. Yes, I do believe. Yes, I do believe. You need to call somebody right now and tell them God's gonna do it. We've been made. Oh, we do it for a night. Oh, Joe. If you don't remember anything else, I believe. Remember this. Your storm is over. I believe. Your rain is gone away. Clouds have moved. I believe you'll make it through it. Oh, I believe it's already done. I'm excited about your future.
59 minutes past the hour here on 91.9 FM, WLJS Jacksonville. One thing that song speaks to me is that no matter what we may have felt from 9/11, no matter what sorrow or fear or pain that may have come about from that day, God says that our crying is over. We've been struggling long enough, and it is going to get better for you. Before we went to commercial break, I wanted to ask my guests one final question before they depart from this tribute. I want to know from each and every single one of you, we've all heard your anger, we've heard your sorrow, we've heard your pain, we've heard your fear, and we've heard your trepidations. And now, let's hear how you're going to heal, how you're going to cope from this day forward. I'm going to start with you, Miss Pamela Horton.
I will just take it one day at a time and just keep faith in God. That's how I would get through it.
Sierra Tillman.
I just, live your life to the fullest. Don't let that day be in vain. For me personally, one day I want to go to New York and I want to go to the memorial site.
Absolutely.
Just don't let it be for nothing. Live your life.
Absolutely. Jonathan Spriggs.
I would say just let go, and as time progresses, it'll get easier. As she said, just live day by day and keep the faith.
Diamond Lucas.
Don't think about it. The way I deal with it, I cry. If you have to cry, cry. Let it out. Don't think about it. Like I said, if you have to cry, just go ahead on and cry. It'll make everything better. You'll let go of a lot if you just cry.
Just cry.
That's it.
Brittany Pearson.
I dealt with it by reading up on a lot of their history, such as the people that came from that country. I read about why they think the way that they do. What was their reasons? I tried to understand why they did it. I didn't end up agreeing with it, but understanding helps you deal with it. And I also try to surround myself with as many international people as I can.
Absolutely.
So I can know how different cultures think, how different cultures will react.
Absolutely.
And in turn, I can probably help them.
Beautiful. I love it. James C. Burton, our last guest for this first segment of the show.
Coping with anything bad, and not just this, and I say this from personal experience, losing my mother to cancer.